You need to sign a contract, look at all the conditions, all the clauses. Anybody? You want to go into a job, don't just jump into it. Don't be hasty. Look at it, look at all the issues, concerns. Does that job suit you with your day-to-day whatever? It's very, very important. And one of the most biggest things that people are always very hasty and jaldi about is talaq, divorce. Even that is the most important thing. When you don't have control over your emotions, you're angry, right? Don't utter anything. Why do people utter? Just be calm. Don't say anything. People think because I was angry, therefore the divorce doesn't count. It counts. It counts. Nobody is going to give divorce if he's angry anyway. Because I love you so much and I give you a divorce. It doesn't do that, do they really? But anyway, you have to control emotions. And there's sometimes so many cases come where someone gets divorced. Oh, I was angry. Sorry. If you're angry, divorce is done. And sometimes out of anger, what people say when they give talaq, they so hasty, 3 talaqs. I give you 3 divorce. As soon as you give 3 talaq and 3 divorce, that is done, finished. Now you cannot get back to her again ever. She has to marry someone else, the marriage has to be consummated, and then that person gives divorce to her, then she can come back to the first husband. Otherwise, no way. Allah mentioned in the Qur'an, حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. Allah mentioned in the Qur'an. But people hastily, jaldi, 3 talaq, I give you 3 talaq, I give you 3 divorce. And then they regret it after. Oh, what have I done? Then they look for fatwas everywhere. If I can get something permissible. I don't get the answer from Ebrahim, I can go to someone else. I'm trying for that 3 divorce to become 1. Remember, once you give 3 divorce, that's out. If you live together, it's zina. It's zina. Whole life will be in zina. People think it doesn't matter. It does. First of all, regarding talaq, this is not the topic of this actual verse. If someone is so, why always person thinks he has to give 3 talaq in order for divorce to happen? 1 is enough. You give 1 divorce, 1 talaq, that is it. Once 1 talaq is done, the iddah is done, then you can marry someone else after. You can marry someone else. That's why 3 talaq is not desired by the Sharia. Though it is there, but it is not desired by the Sharia. 1 talaq is done. Because just by giving 1 talaq, later on, if you regret what you have done, you can come back again. If it's a talaq ba'in, then all you have to do another nikah and you're back together again. If it's just 1 talaq and within the iddah, you can take her back straight away. Can I take you back? That's why Sharia is saying that 1 talaq, don't give 3 at once. Because many times when people, subhanallah, give talaq, majority of time, many times it happens, they regret it after. They want to get back, they get 3 talaq, but it's too late. Why give 3 talaq? Why give 3 divorce? Just give 1. And then ask the Mufti al-Kiram, what's the procedure? Again, people are so hasty. And they just give it, and then it's too late. And then they get a fatwa from somewhere else, and they live their whole life together, and living the whole life together in this state, it's zina, it's adultery, the whole life. It's haram. All because zaban, tongue. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. So haste. Want to do things very, very quickly. Take your time, be balanced. Have control over the emotions. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala further on mentions everything should be done wherever work we do. Allah is mentioning here that don't be hasty, don't be phase by phase, everything will be done by do this, do that. Sometimes nowadays we're living in a world where everyone does everything so quickly. Everything quickly. We want progress and talaqi very quickly as well. We don't want to do anything about it, but we want, I want every job, I want the car, I want the house, everything in the next 2 years. It doesn't work, you have to work hard. Phase by phase, phase by phase, phase by phase. And do things phase by phase, the nurturing is done. Then you're able to look at everything properly. وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْنِ فَمَحَوْنَا آيَةَ اللَّيْلِ وَجَعَلْنَا آيَةَ النَّهَارِ مُبْصِرَةً لِتَبْتَغُوا فَضْلًا مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ وَلِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابَ وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا Allah mentions, we have made the night and the day two signs. Then we obliterate the sign of the night and make the sign of the day visible so that you may seek Allah's bounty. Allah has made the day so you go out and work. You seek your livelihood. Allah has made the night for what? Aram, rest, sleep. Allahu alladhi ja'ala lakum al-layla litaskunu fihi wan-nahara mubsira. Day so that you can see. If you're sleeping all the daytime, Allah said, my days for seeing, going out. لِتَبْتَغُوا فَضْلًا مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ, to look for work. Don't just sit at home. That's why even related to Jummah, Allah mentions, once the Jummah is done, وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Go, now go look for your sustenance. Allah is not saying by stay there all day. Allah says, Jummah is done, وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. While you're doing your livelihood, and you're doing your job and work or whatever, remember Allah constantly. Because Allah is the one who gave you the job. Allah is the one who grants us sustenance and rizq and rosy. Allah can take it away, Allah can give it as well. Allah. Beautiful teachings of the Qur'an Kareem. Allah Ta'ala further mentions, وَكُلَّ إِنسَانٍ أَلْزَمْنَاهُ طَائِرَهُ فِي عُنُقِهِ. We shall cast every person's record of deeds upon his neck. وَنُخْرِجُ لَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ كِتَابًا يَلْقَاهُ مَنْشُورًا. On the day of Qiyamah, we shall take out for him a book that he will see opened before him. اقرأ كتابك. Read your book. كَفَى بِنَفْسِكَ الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكَ حَسِيبًا. Today you are a sufficient witness against yourself. The angels record every person's deeds. Whatever we do every day is recorded. Remember? There's a hidden CCTV camera. Remember? Here we got CCTV camera here. Remember? Allah's CCTV camera, subhanAllah, the angels are there. Remember? Kiraman katibin. Ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. Remember? And we cannot see them. Everything. We don't do anything wrong because of the CCTV. We have a look. But when you're alone, if there's no CCTV, then Allah's CCTV is watching. Allah is watching anything. Wallahu ya'lamu ma fi sudur. Angels are writing everything down. Before committing a sin, have respect for the angels that are there with us as well. The successful ones will receive the book of deeds in their right hands. And not only that, they'll boast about it as well on the day of Qiyamah. Oh, right hand, oh, mashallah, look, I will be successful. It's not good to boast in the dunya, but in the akhirah, Allah will have good boast. One, be happy. It's your day. You know, you say it's your day, go. Oh, God is right hand. What khushi, what happiness. May Allah grant us that happiness. In the dunya, we get certificates, we get graduation, we get achievements, but it's short-lived. One day, 2 days, we have party, celebration, let's have a bit of dawat. And only the person who made the hard work, he has to give the dawat. Right? But that's temporary. 1 day, 2 days, then back to normal, back to thinking, everything forgotten, back to work, back to reality. But on the day of Qiyamah, when the book of deeds will be in the right hand, and we are successful, there's no back to work. There's no back to the same old routine. There is joy and joy. There is happiness and happiness. Eternal satisfaction. Eternal. Today we sacrifice the akhirah in the hereafter for temporary satisfaction. Temporary mazah. Temporary pleasure. But on the day of Qiyamah, when the book will be in our right hand, so from then on, subhanAllah, eternal bliss and happiness comes. Eternal success, eternal enjoyment. And such enjoyment you never get bored. وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُكُمْ وَلَكُمْ فِيهَا مَا تَدَّعُونَ. Allah mentioned, you will get what you desire. And you will get what you've been promised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you've been promised, you will get. Allah ba'da khilafi nahi. We only go against our promises. Allah doesn't. You will get whatever we desire. You will get what you desire. The dunya is not a place where we get everything according to our desires. Dunya is not a place we get everything according to our desire. Some things we do, some things we won't. That's the nature of the dunya, nature of this life. But the hereafter in Jannah, the nature of Jannah and nature of the people who are successful in the eyes of Allah, they will get whatever they desire. They won't even need to utter whatever they feel in their heart will be presented right in front of them. It's a separate world altogether. Remember? And that is our goal in the dunya, for that life. Remember? For that akhirah, for that success, eternal success. Allah mentions, "But tu'thiruna al-hayat al-dunya." You give preference to the worldly life over the hereafter. Al-akhiratu khayrun wa abqa. When the hereafter is better, and abqa, everlasting. Everlasting. Dunya's success is short-lived. The dunya is short-lived. Dunya is temporary. The success of the dunya is also temporary. But akhirah is everlasting. Everlasting. So if we, subhanallah, get Jannah, everlasting. Someone goes Jahannam, may Allah protect us. That's also everlasting as well. The verse uses the word ta'ira, for the record of deeds. This word literally means a bird, ta'ir. Commentators say that the Arabs used to shake a branch of a tree before doing anything. They want to do something big. They'll shake the tree. Okay? And then they'll observe whether the bird upon the tree flew to the right or to the left. If the bird flew towards the right, they'll do that amal. They'll carry on. If the bird flew towards the left, they'll leave it, they won't do it. Meaning they're taking omen. Good luck or bad luck. So they'll say, well, if the bird flew from the tree on the right, that means good luck, we'll do that. If it goes left, that's bad luck. So Allah used the same word for their record of deeds, since these will determine their destiny in the hereafter. Anybody? Allahu Akbar. Allah will say, "Iqra kitabak." Read your book. Kafa bi nafsika al-yawma alayka hasiba. Today you are a sufficient witness against yourself. You know what you have done. In the court of Allah, there you can't bribe one thing. You can't get the best lawyer who's going to, even though he knows that you're in the wrong, he will use his words and articulate skills and presentation, then the court will get baffled, the judge will get baffled, and they'll say, okay, you're not guilty. In the dunya it happens. It happens. People get away with it. People get with murder. But on the day of Qiyamah, forget murder, even a little bit of zulm, no one's going to get away with it. No one gets away with it. All out in the open. And if someone was to lie with the tongue, oh, I never meant it this way, I never meant it that way, I never went here, I never went there, then what will happen? The lips will be sealed. يَوْمَ تَشْهَدُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَلْسِنَتُهُمْ وَأَيْدِيهِمْ وَأَرْجُلُهُم بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. The legs, the arms, the feet, everything will be a witness. If we're out in the open, we will be shamed and embarrassed. Shamed and embarrassed. So may Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala give us a tawfiq. Allah is mentioning this in the Qur'an for us to learn a lesson. That on the day of Qiyamah is haqq, the book of deeds is haqq, and we'll have to read our own book. That will be our life. This will be a program before in the 80s, this is your life. And they give it to you. And they go through the whole what you did, what happened, what you did, and then they give it to you at the end of the day. Okay? The red book. And then, Iqra, this is your life. And then on the day of Qiyamah, this is your life. But there's no going back. There's no retirement to that we give you. If it's good, alhamdulillah. Actually, the human being himself will get so amazed at this book. Because hey, it's mentioned in the Quran, لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. What a book! It's not even left a minute or even a little bit of amal is still there. It's been recorded. Wow! You'll be amazed. We get amazed with data. We get amazed with modern technology. Wow! In a small chip, they can find everything. Who gave that human being that intellect to create something? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَانَ ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَسِيرًا. It's all easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah Tabarak give us a tawfiq to make preparation for the hereafter. Grant us all our book of deeds in our right hand, inshallah. And grant us all entry into Jannah without reckoning, inshallah. Subhanallah.